We started out of our garage and we started understanding what we needed to do to keep this company and grow it. Back then, for my husband that passed away, Russ Weaver, we feel very confident in what we do, and we spend a lot of time making sure that we perfect it. And I'm really proud of what we've been able to achieve here. So I think we build a really good product for our industry, and we continue to work on it every day, trying to make it better and customize it in any kind of way anyone would need. I'd love to see this legacy continue. I'd love to see my grandkids be part of this for many generations.
So I grew up in a small town, Social Circle, Georgia, outside of Atlanta. We had a farm. My dad had a cattle farm that was, we raised about 150 cows, worked in the hay fields, drove tractors as a young child. I think farmers are kind of a different breed of people growing up. We learn grit, we learn determination, we learn hard work, but I also was able to be introduced to technology. So we were building websites as kids, we were selling our stuff on eBay as kids, we were doing all kinds of stuff like that as well. So that kind of shaped us, and I think my generation in general as a unique generation that knew hard work, but also knew kind of this new digital revolution that occurred.
I've been with Spray Foam Systems since the beginning, back in 2006 when we started in our garage. Not long after that, we got our first building in Greensboro. TJ and I quit our jobs. I started off doing administrative work, orders, answering the phone, whatever needed to be done. And over the years, I've worked in pretty much every department, and that's given me a really good understanding of how the whole business works. Today, I work with systems, processes, and supporting the team wherever it's needed. Every day looks a little different, but that's what I love about it. One of the best parts about it is building it as a family, letting our kids see how the systems work. This isn't just a business to us, this is something we've built together as a family, and we're really proud of that.
I think one of the biggest things that makes the industry so exciting, not only right now, but what it's made exciting just even within the last 10 years, is how a lot of the code changes have really kind of adopted towards spray foam insulation and really making more energy efficient homes, building structures and constructs from that standpoint. We've seen a significant growth taking away from fiberglass because of the fact that it's effectively stopping that air movement, much more effective. And now that it's being adopted by so many of the different code councils and it's being much more heavily adopted and it's heavily accepted as a building material in the market, you can see great benefits.
In this industry, a big thing is education. There's so many different things to learn, whether it's spray foam or polyurea. A reason why I like my job, and I have, is because you learn something new every day. And that never stops. And that's 11 years later for me. Somebody's going to learn every day, whether it's the guy pulling the trigger or the owner of the business, that will continue on.
I've been here 7, almost 8 years, and I've, started kind of just in the office doing accounting stuff, and then moved to customer service, and then eventually transitioned to sales. So from that point of starting to where I'm now, it's really interesting to see how it's grown and how there's been a lot more people interacting and a lot more customers calling in and getting into the spray foam business than there was, 3-5 years ago. And it's cool just to see like all the knowledge that's out there nowadays. Like when people would first call in, they wouldn't have any idea about foam, and now when they call in wanting to get into the business, they know a lot more of like the basics and different types of the foam out there versus calls previously or prior that we used to have. And it's really cool just to see everybody engaging in it, especially like on social media platforms and more websites with more information out there. And two, just the equipment and everything that's progressed over time since I started to now. It's just been something that's been cool to be a part of that path of growth.
Been in the industry now going on close to 19 years. The industry just keeps growing and advancing as we move forward every year.
I am Sawyer Hernandez, and I am the operations coordinator here at Spray Foam Systems. I work to help coordinate the purchasing, materials, production, and service teams to cross-collaborate with each other and ensure efficiency.